Welcome to tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, and as always, I have a very special guest for you, hip-hop artist Contraband. She's with us in the studio tonight for the next 30 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Beyond Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. And like I said, I've got a very special guest. Harlem is in the house tonight. We got Contraband here with us. We don't get Harlem a lot, so it's actually kind of nice to have Uptown represented.
Awesome.
So Contraband, artist, lyricist, fashion, the whole gamut. We're going to get into all that. But before we get started, I always like to do a deep dive. Tell us a little bit about you. Who is Contraband?
Thank you for having me.
Very welcome.
Yes, I was born and raised in Harlem. I've went through a couple of different alias names, and I go by Contraband. I have two alias names, actually, Contraband Santana, Contraband Villain. I consider myself primarily a hip-hop artist. I will be making a hip-hop, trap, R&B album for my next album releasing in August, which is Love Sucks. I'm also interested in activism. And I am a host, casting director. I do host events with Party After Midnight. That's the record label that I'm represented by. So I'm primarily a musician and host, event curator.
Awesome. So how did that all get started for you? When did you decide, where did you discover that you have a love more for the artistic field, that you wanted to kind of get into entertainment, music, all that?
So yeah, I've actually been interested in art since high school. I started out as a poet and theater major. I was into theater, and in college I pursued theater while majoring in liberal arts. Kind of when I decided to take a break from college, I started doing music and became a hip-hop artist. It's actually a funny story. I've always wanted to be a singer, and I had plans of becoming a rapper while I developed my singing, and then I was going to come out as a R&B artist later on, which is actually what's happening. I fell in love with rapping and forgot about singing, but singing is also a passion, so I'm going to be dropping, like I said, a R&B hip-hop tape, which is called Love Sucks, centering around my experiences with love, as well as just some good anthems for coming-of-age women. And I think love's an important topic to talk about. For sure. So.
Absolutely. So you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 24. My birthday is in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, actually.
Okay, so 24. You have to look a lot younger. Yeah. So 24, yeah. So you're at that cusp where it's like, right, you've been through some things, you've been through some relationships, you've lived, and now you can actually. And I'm actually interested in this Love Sucks album because it's trap, R&B, and rap kind of all in one. How did that all come about, though, mixing those flavors and sounds?
Yeah, so when I started doing hip-hop right out of college, I was more of a conscious rapper. I had, a lot of lyrical songs where I was just speaking about, the community mostly. And I've been having more fun with music as of lately, so I'm inspired by trap. Hearing artists like XXXTentacion, he's one of my favorite rappers. Who else do I listen to? I listen to A Boogie, but I get inspired by trap music. So
what is it about trap music that Do you think it's the beats? Is it the new style? Is it their rhythmic flow?
Well, I actually love all forms of music, and I think the best way to grow as a musician is to constantly listen to new music every day. Tyler, the Creator, said in an interview that he listens to like new music every day, so he's always inspired. And I like trap, but I like a lot of different genres. But it's just trap is so influential right now. I feel like since I'm from Harlem, Brooklyn has a lot of trap music too. So I feel like if I were to tap into that fan base or audience, that would be really great for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's talk about the label. So you said you are a part of a label family. Let's show them some love. Let's kind of talk about them and the people they represent.
Awesome. Yeah, so I Jack Graffiti Girls. That's like my hip-hop duo. Graffiti Girls is a hip-hop duo with me and my partner and producer, who goes by Skulls. He produces on my records, and he's also a singer, dancer, producer. So that's Graffiti Girls. It's Contraband and Skulls. Kind of like Wu-Tang or Migos, like a duo. But we're represented by Party After Midnight. Party After Midnight is a record label and entertainment company based in New York City. Party After Midnight, I'm one of their brand ambassadors and event curators, as I mentioned. And Party After Midnight really focuses on black businesses, circulating the black dollar, and just having fun events, from film events, film festivals, music events. Hopefully, I know they're in the process of building a political party, which would be great to involve what Party After Midnight does more with activism, seeing what's been going on recently.
And what is your take? You're in Harlem, and Harlem has always been that epicenter, I think, of black change. You know, historically, Harlem has always had a lot of roots. We've seen that over time, and during the most recent events, all the protests, it didn't let down. I mean, I'm in Brooklyn here, and there was a lot too, but I think Brooklyn's definitely on the newer side of it more recently. Compared to Harlem, you know Harlem has always had that history. How was it physically being there at the height of everything going on?
I love the revolution, honestly. I've been seeing what's been happening throughout. It's hard to put a time frame on it to say the last 5-10 years, because it's been happening since like the 50s. But I love what's happening. I love the revolution. My friend made a really interesting point. She was saying how because of COVID-19 and how a lot of people were unemployed, it really takes time for Americans to be reflective about what's going on and just to have that time to reflect. And I think with COVID-19 enforcing a quarantine, a lot of people have been able to really reflect on the Black Lives Matter movement, which is why it's been so sensationalized recently in a positive way, as far as a lot of people getting behind the cause and protesting. I'm really inspired. I haven't seen huge numbers of protests like this since Sean Bell or perhaps the 50s. It's really inspiring. I do want to say Black Lives Matter the founder is George Soros, which is very interesting.
Hold that thought. We are going to take a quick break. We're out of time for this segment, but we'll be right back and pick up with that. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. Contraband, you were saying that founder of Black Lives Matter, George Soros.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was saying I'm really inspired by the recent protests. I stand for the movement, Black Power. However, the Black Lives Matter campaign is funded by George Soros. And I also would like to know where all the donations that are being donated to Black Lives Matter is going. Because when you see the protests, I'm not seeing the donations. I'm not really hearing about where the donations might be going to. So I kind of wish that Black people could really take this time to focus on how to build, besides building the black dollar as well, as far as making our own campaign, our own slogan, rather than Black Lives Matter, so we can reach above the bar, go to the next level. But I'm inspired. I hope good things come from here.
So you're along the similar thoughts of Nipsey with own the block.
Exactly, yeah. That's a great point. I think if a lot of rappers or a lot of the entertainers, even football players who we are influenced by and support, I think if these football players and rappers and other entertainers were to actually invest their money in their neighborhoods and buy up the projects, metaphorically speaking, or buy property in their neighborhoods, we would be elevated. But I guess the movement is really for the working class. It's not for rich people, when you think about it.
Oh, absolutely. How would you describe your style? Your everyday style? Because this is not even you on stage. This is just you chill, coming out for an interview. But how would you describe your style?
I would describe my style as streetwear. That would be the best way I would describe it. It's actually funny because I'm going to invest more time within this quarantine to enhance my skills, and I would highly recommend that everyone who's unemployed or has extra time on their hands to enhance their skills and really delve into their hobbies. But yeah, I actually want to start learning how to sew and beginning my own merch line. I will be releasing merch, actually.
Yes, because that's one of the things. That's why I led into that. I was like, you're going to be having merchandise and stuff that you're designing. You're getting into the fashion a little bit more, so kind of dive in on that.
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, I am a brand ambassador and host, event curator for Party After Midnight. So I have hosted 3 fashion shows so far, and they were really spectacular. We had a great turnout, and I would like to capitalize off of anything that serves the black community as well as promotes our style. I feel like black people buy into a lot of things, or we buy into a lot of companies that don't benefit us. Black people are the biggest consumers. So if we could capitalize on like black fashion, since we see it everywhere, that would be spectacular. Yes, I'm rocking Ralph Lauren jeans, pink do-rag, and a Harlem shirt.
And that's your style, and that's what it is.
Yeah, actually these sunglasses are from Fearless Negro on Instagram. She sells her sunglasses on 125th. Very nice sunglasses.
Yeah, they are very nice.
Thanks.
So what are some of your favorite designers, now that we're talking about fashion? You know, what are some of your favorite brands? Do you prefer more local independent, or, I mean, you are wearing Ralph Lauren, but aside from those bigger brands, is there anyone? Harlem has so much great fashion. Is there anyone that you've teamed up with or recently wore their stuff that you're like, this is dope?
That's a great question. Well, Dapper Dan is like super big in Harlem. And me and my producer have seen Dapper Dan in separate occasions in Harlem, which is dope. I don't really buy just brands though. Like, I actually thrift a lot. I was put on to thrifting a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, good thrift stores, not the overpriced ones too. Actually, I got these pants thrift. I don't really like promote any big brands.
You didn't look like you did. So
yeah, I actually shop. I'm trying to shop literally with black brands who are in the community. Me and my producer both have a collaboration with Made in Bodega. The fashion designer is Uncle Tuna. He's going to be opening a bodega store in Atlanta, which is really cool. He'll be taking New York to Atlanta. Outside of the Uncle Tuna, another black fashion designer that I support is Morse Moros on Instagram. She's a dope fashion designer. I'm like kind of staying with the up and coming fashion designers mostly. As of right now.
That's definitely awesome. And I love the look. It's super unique. So that's great. In terms of the music now, I know you got the mixtape that's coming out. How many songs are going to be on that mixtape?
That's a great question. There's a lot of elimination when it comes to trying to figure out what to put on your album.
Yep. You're trying to make what makes the cut. It's hard.
Yeah. I usually do short tapes, actually, like 4 to 6 songs. But I want to push this. It might be anywhere from 4 to 8 songs. I'll say that.
Okay. We'll hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. We're going to pick back up with album and contact information and all that good stuff.
Okay.
We are watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. It's a Contraband. We're just talking about making the final cut because it is hard when you have a whole roster of music and you have to put on 6, 10, 12, like a whole EP usually could be anywhere 15 songs.
Yeah.
Mixtapes are usually 4 to 10, depends what you're looking for. And there's no rules anymore. And that's the great thing about independent music is you make the rules. So you want to put out 4, you want to put out 6, you want to do 10. It's on you. What promotion is around that right now in terms of launch?
Yeah. As far as promotion, I have my assistant doing all of the legwork for me while I work on the tape. I definitely had to do a press run minus the manager. I'll be talking with the people who represent me at Party After Midnight and seeing what radio stations they might want me to go on, or in fact podcasts. I'll definitely be using this source right here as a great way to promote.
Of course, absolutely. So it's awesome to really see that because there's a lot that goes into, in one sense, social media plays a big factor, but of course it's like you still got to do the legwork. Like you still have to hit the pavement. What has been the key thing that you've noticed in terms of building yourself and the brand, in terms of really getting yourself out there? Like what do you do best in terms of really reaching the people and connecting with your fans?
That's a good question. Well, I actually want to add, as far as your last question, I will be promoting my Love Sucks album with the release of my Bentley Truck music video releasing this weekend, which was done by Harlem the Hedgehog, recorded in Harlem. Other than that, I'm also promoting my tape with my new single, Nubian Jesus, on all music platforms, so check that out, Contraband, Nubian Jesus. And as far as how I reach out to my fans, occasionally I like to just interact with my fans on live.
Right.
I'll have us in the music process with me freestyling, my producer making beats on his MPC, SP404. Live is a great way because I feel like they can see the process.
And they love that.
Yeah. I'll also be on the beach selling pina coladas, so y'all can catch me on Far Rockaway on hot days. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, doing those lives. Speaking of your social media, why don't you take the chance to tell everybody at home, what are your social handles? How do we get in contact with you? How do we purchase that mixtape? All that good stuff.
Okay, cool. So my Instagram is Contraband Santana, along with...
Spell it out.
CONTRABAND Santana. Contraband Santana, as well as my posse Instagram, Graffiti Girls, GRAFFITI Girls, GRILLZ, and Party After Midnight, which is my record label. My Twitter is Holy Contraband. So again, that's Instagram, Contraband Santana, Graffiti Girls, Party After Midnight, and my Twitter is Holy Contraband. I'm definitely trying to build my Twitter following. I just created a Twitter like 2 months ago, so follow your girl. And check out our website, partyaftermidnight.com. Our YouTube is Graffiti Girls. And my music will be on all streaming platforms from now on.
That is awesome. What are you most excited about for this process of releasing the mixtape?
I think this mixtape will be killer because I'm gonna be able to intertwine a lot of different genres that I really love and get inspired by, such as, like I said, trap, R&B. I love R&B. And I might have like some dance mixes on it. There's definitely a reggae element to Love Sucks too, and I think it's a really good concept. Love is the recipe, hate is the enemy. I'm definitely excited. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. For sure. So this is great. It's just overall artist. What are you looking for in terms of 2021? Because 2020 is a wrap with everything that's going on. But what are your hopes for 2021?
I have a lot of goals, actually. I think everyone's goal is to invest in stock, invest in yourself, enhance your skills. My goals, get a lamb. My producer has a new song with the real Uncle Tuna, made in Bodega. We need cars, we need land, we need houses. As I said, invest in yourself. 2021 is really taking what happened in 2020 as time to reflect and just get yourself to the next level.
Absolutely. Any other Harlem artists or independent artists that you would love to collaborate with, or people from the label that you would collaborate with as well?
There is someone in the Bronx. What's her name? Oh, it's Naima. She's from the Bronx. She's a rapper. She'd be dope to collab with. Who else? Brianna. She is the owner of Mate brand. She's a fashion designer, black owned, and she's actually an up and coming producer. So I'd love to collab with the owner of Mate brand, Brianna. So it's Naima, Brianna. Me and my producer are gonna be coming out with more heat. Graffiti Girls. Anyone in Harlem, definitely. People on my record label, Mr. Dean Corduroy, the real Uncle Tuna. Anyone in Harlem.
How many people are represented under the label?
As of right now, we have 5 artists being represented by Party After Midnight.
It's not bad. It's a manageable amount, so everyone can still get their attention.
Exactly.
You know, you don't want to get lost. A lot of times it happens when you're just another one.
Yeah.
You get shelved, you know, they work on the project, nothing happens, you know. I think when it's important with labels, you know, you actually get to do artist development and get the project out there, and it doesn't feel like your work's going in vain. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you feel like you've definitely been getting that individual real attention for your project.
I think that's a great point. Party After Midnight is definitely looking to recruit for more artists, so if you're interested, please feel free to DM them directly on Instagram. However, right now we do have a small family base as we're expanding and growing, but it's definitely small indie label vibe. So yeah, we're working in the lab.
Contraband, it's been amazing. Thank you for your time. Everybody check her out. The mixtape is going to be fire. All her socials are at the bottom of the screen, so you can go ahead and check it out. So Contraband, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
And as always, if you have any questions or comments, you can send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. I'm your host, Lydia Patel. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back again next week. Same time, same place. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us.
Beyond Focus TV show wants and needs your feedback. Did we blunder? Please let us know so we can improve. Was the show helpful to you? Drop us a note so we can share the success with our staff members. Is there something you think we could do better? We welcome new ideas and new approaches to old ideas. Do you have a great suggestion? Let us know and we'll work on it. If you would like to share your comments anonymously, please send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. If you want to get in touch with the executive producer directly, send him an email at gene@beyondfocusmedia.com. We really look forward to hearing from you.